So for those of you who are new to the OnePlus line, just want to let you know that this is a great alternative for those of you who are looking for something different. You don't want the Google Pixel. You don't want a Motorola phone. You don't want a Samsung phone or an LG phone. You can check out the OnePlus 6. Now, this is the OnePlus 6T, and so this is the latest version. It's a very affordable phone. It will work on AT&T, and it's also available on Verizon. So GSM providers, you have no problem. This is an unlocked version. So let's do the unboxing. Let's check it out and see why for this holiday you may want to consider one of these. All right, so we'll go ahead and proceed with the unboxing. I kind of jiggled it out a little bit because it's a little tight. And here we have our OnePlus 6. Now, one of the things that sets this phone apart, I would say, from some of the other phones that you'll see in the industry, is the fact that it has an embedded fingerprint sensor on the screen. So if you think about your Note, your Google Pixel, LG, all these have a fingerprint reader in the back of the phone. This one has it in screen, so that's pretty cool. It comes into and mounted in this little box here, and this is why. Check this out. One of the few manufacturers out there that provide you a case. So you have a case that's included, so you don't have to worry about buying one of those. Let's see what else we have in here. This is probably just miscellaneous. Oh, SIM card eject tool. And it doesn't look like there's anything else there. So we have ourselves a case. Anything else in here? Nope. Let's see what's behind this box right here, this cover, this flap. Okay, so the OnePlus is known for having USB-C cables that are this color right here. So you have, this is, I don't want to call it red, but it's kind of like an orangey red. So you have your USB-C cable. Yeah, you have an audio dongle, so this has become very common. Who knows, even Samsung may do this next year. And then what you have here is your power brick. And again, you have a fast charging power brick, again with that little red-orange there as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available. So once again, in the box, USB-C cable, audio dongle, phone, case, charger, and this also has a built-in or already installed screen protector. Thumbs up. Now there are a couple versions of this phone that are available. I went with the 128 version. I think it's the lowest capacity that you can get, but you have higher capacity. And then also, as you go with the higher capacity, the back of the phone, the finish changes. I really didn't care too much if it was piano black and fingerprinting because it's going to be in a case anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this phone up. We'll take a look at the specs, introduce you to the OnePlus 6T, and why you may want to consider this phone again for this holiday season. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start up the phone. Just let you see what the startup looks like. So there you have the OnePlus. This is a little different animation than what we're used to. There you go. And here we go. Let's go ahead and start it up. Now, as we go through the setup process, one thing I want to highlight, this is actually a dual SIM phone. And for those of you who have never heard of that, what it means is that you can actually have two carriers, two SIM cards. One, for example, for your work, and then one for your personal life. Or one with unlimited data, and then one that has maybe not unlimited data. So you have the ability to do that with the phone. Screen looks pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and, this is English United States, so we're going to hit Start. We're going to go through the terms and conditions. We're going to go ahead and accept that. Okay, I agree to that. User experience program. Sure, why not? We'll go ahead and join. And then it's a statistic and stability program. Nah, I'm not going to get into that. Push notifications. Sure. All right. So now the next step here is to connect it to a mobile network. Now, I'm not going to put in my T-Mobile card right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip this. But you could. And so literally, the neat thing about having dual SIMs is that you can actually have them running at the same time and get phone calls on each one of those SIM cards. So neat feature. So what I'm going to do is put in my Wi-Fi information and log into the network. Now the startup process is going to start up. You can see that going. And you're noticing that this is a little bit different experience than what you traditionally have with the standard Google operating system. While this is not a vanilla Google operating system, it does have a flavor of the OnePlus operating, I would say, desktop. All right, so let's go and continue through the setup process. Again, it's a little bit different than what you're used to. So I'm not going to copy any data. Everything is going to go the same. Checking my information. Now what I'm going to do is put in my Google information and sign in. All right, so now that's completed. We're going to go ahead and accept all these terms. Use face and fingerprint to unlock. We'll go ahead and skip that. We'll look at this a little bit later. Over here we can use our fingerprint. Oh, we're going to try this. How to use your fingerprint. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so we're going to put in a pin to unlock. All right, so remember, this one does not have a fingerprint sensor on the back. Doesn't have it on the side. The fingerprint sensor is here. So let's see how this works. I'm going to hit next. And notice where it's lighting up. And it says I'm going to put my fingerprint right here. Ooh, check it out. Let's go ahead. I like rotating. You get some feedback. All right, so the screen feels like if you've used a Samsung phone and you're pressing the home button, you get that kind of feeling when you're pressing on the screen. All right, so that enrollment is complete. Let's go ahead. Oh, now it's doing edge input. So this is going to be case. So you'll notice what I'm doing right here. I'm just doing all the edges of my finger. And what I like doing is rotating it so that it gets every possible variation. So I'm doing the sides. This is going to help with my overall. All right, so it looks like the fingerprint is added. All right, so let's go ahead and add another. We're going to try this one more time. This time I'm going to try with my index finger. So we'll go through this really quick. All right, so that other finger went fine. It went ahead and registered. Now we're going to go through the Google Assistant. So I'm going to choose I agree. And we'll go ahead and see if it needs any kind of registration. All right, so now this is pretty interesting. This is during the setup process. It looks like you have some gestures here. You have the ability to turn on and off the flashlight by drawing a V. You have double tap to wake, so we're going to enable that. We're going to enable this one. It says open the camera, drawing an O. All right, cool. Music control. Draw with two fingers to play music. Draw. All right, so we'll enable them all. All right, let's go ahead. We'll try that when that starts up. All right, so this is the little color setting. So we can go with default. You can see the different temperatures. Adaptive mode, custom mode. So we'll do the default. Hit next. All right, so this is the font, and it's giving you kind of like a sense of what the font looks like. I like that. We could go ahead choose this one if we like. That's what that one looks like. Let's go back. The Wizard of Oz. They recommend this one right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that one. All right, that's it. That was a setup process. All right, so that concludes kind of like the setup process. And you saw I was a little involved because you were setting up gestures. You were also setting up your fingerprint and things like that. Let me just show you what's installed. So there's really not much there. I'm going to do allow. If I swipe up, you can see here are the apps. Very, very standard apps, very similar to what you see in a Google phone. So there's not a lot of bloatware, although this is the operating system is known as Oxygen OS. It's still Google based, but it is Oxygen OS. And you notice it has the Google Play stores there. So all of your applications, you know, the standard apps that you'd want from the Google Store are going to be there, so you don't have to worry. It's just a skin. So if you think about Samsung also has a skin, LG has a skin. Google has its Google skin, which is pretty much the standard skin. So this is truly a Google phone, but it's using a version called Oxygen OS, which includes kind of like the look and feel and the icons associated with what OnePlus wants to have. All right, guys, so there you have it. That was the unboxing and initial setup of the OnePlus 6T. We're going to do tips and tricks. We're having accessories coming. We'll do a review, impressions throughout the week. Make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you don't miss all our reviews.